Oh, what's up? Showy 10 here. You might have noticed that we changed the name from Showy 10 Play to Showy 10. That I don't know how long it's going to take for YouTube to register that since I've kept it as Showy 10 Plays for a while, but I think that's kind of outdated, so we changed it now. So today I'm going to be talking about my Australia trip. It was super fun, and that was the reason I wasn't posting for most of the summer. So let's get into that. So I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of photos, and it's going to be super cool. I'm going to talk about it. All right. So first thing we're going to talk about is the flight to Australia. It was wild. Okay. It was super long as well. So we went from LA to, Tampa to LA, which was like a 5 hour flight already. That's a lot already. That was like, and then we went from LA, which by the way is the worst airport ever, in my opinion. We went from LA to Sydney, which was about 15 hours. So imagine being stuck on a plane with nothing to do except watch movies and sleep for 15 hours. That was not the best part about the trip, but that is okay because it was super fun. It was a super fun 3 weeks, and that's what we're going to talk about here. So this is me and my family arriving in Sydney. So we left Tampa at about in the evening, right? So like around 5:36, and we reached Sydney at 6 o'clock a.m. So, and it's super light there. It was super cold there because the the weather is flipped, so the seasons are flipped. So while it's hot here in Tampa, it was super cold in Sydney. So you can see we're kind of layered up and everything. And we basically, so we I left on Tuesday, and then we basically skipped all of Wednesday traveling to Sydney and arrived on Thursday. And so that was pretty cool. Actually, not really cool. It was pretty tiring. So like on the second day that we went there, we went to this super cool place called the Blue Mountains in Sydney, Australia. So you guys think that the Grand Canyon is the biggest canyon, right? No, okay. This is the Blue Mountains in Sydney. It is twice the size of the Grand Canyon. It's like the Grand Canyon, but with a whole bunch of trees, as you can see here. So the last time I went to Australia, which was in 2019, we took this whole scenic world thing. We took like kind of over this part or something like that, like over here or something. There's like a line where you take like this little box that's filled with that's surrounded with glass, and you just kind of go over it. It's pretty scary actually, but pretty cool as well. So this is one of the coolest part. We found a lot of cool like little paths everywhere. We kept going lower and lower and lower. So that was pretty fun. And then so this we also found this in the Blue Mountains, a super cool natural waterfall. We kept finding like these little hidden paths and everything, and we kept going down these and we found this waterfall. It was super cool, super beautiful. All right, so one thing I want to say about Australia, people are super rich there, like super rich, especially if you're near like the city downtown. So I saw one of my favorite cars here, Aston Martin 2023 Vantage, about just a rough like 300, 400K. This matte black and everything. Pretty cool, pretty cool. You know. And then, of course, how can we go to Sydney without seeing the Opera House? The Opera House is one of the most signature things that in Australia. If you somebody says Australia, you think Kangaroos Opera House. So we saw it from the Harbor Bridge, which is another super cool thing about Australia. It's super like iconic thing in Sydney. We couldn't really get a photo of the Harbor Bridge, but we did get a super cool pic of the Opera House with this cool boat, like a tour boat or something. That was pretty fun. And then yeah, I did get a picture of the Harbor Bridge actually. So this is a boat we were talking about again, and here's the super cool Harbor Bridge. The cool thing about the Harbor Bridge, there were some people like you can obviously walk like right across here, right across the regular path where cars go by. You can pay like $250 to get like the inside, so you can get scared and walk like all the way up. You see all this, and you can like reach the top where the flag is. So that was super scary. We saw some people doing that, and they looked like pretty scared. So that's something me and my dad want to do next time we go to Australia. Okay, so this is the Australia Parliament, which is kind of like the Congress. So one super cool thing about Australia, you can just like kind of enter their like parliament, what they call that. It would be called the Congress here, but their parliament, which is like it was super easy to get in. You don't have to like reserve anything or anything. You just like have to go through some super quick security, and you just got to like see all of this super cool stuff where all the laws are made. Of course, it's only open on certain days because sometimes they're in session, of course. So it was pretty cool, just like walking into where our entire place was made. And then this is the outside of the parliament, super cool. And this is this like flag structure over here, which looks like it's about to launch a rocket. I don't know. That's what it seems like to me. And it was a Friday when we went here, so you can see like a lot of field trip people and stuff in uniform, of course. So this is the outside, and then there was like some water on the sides and the rocket station as well. So that was pretty cool. Okay, so, and then so I have to explain. This is not in Sydney, Australia. This is in Melbourne, Australia, which is super south. So what we did, we rented a car from Sydney and drove all the way 10 hours south to Melbourne, which was a super killing drive because we had it was a small car because we got like a last second rental and we had like 5 suitcases full of stuff. It was really hard. We had our backpacks everywhere, but we made it somehow. So these are called the Sky High View. It's called the Dandenong Mountains. It's called the Sky High View. You got some super cool like structures and stuff. So you can see there's like fish, there's a snake. On the other side, there's a kangaroo. You can kind of see it here, not really. There's a snake going around the entire thing. It was a super cool, and it's done by hand. It's not by a machine, just by done by hand. So then you can see we also photo with it. It's super cold. You can see, especially up in the mountains. So that's always here. The Giant's chair that we it was huge. It was regular. It was bigger than just like your regular chair that you see like hanging around in front of a food restaurant or something. As you can see right here, there's this little like myth of the like original people that lived in these mountains that is called like this Igor Giant or something. That was pretty cool. And then one more cool thing about Australia is that they've got their own game, which is called Australian football. So I got this cool picture right here. We went to one. We had like front row seats. So what you have to do, so you've kind of got this huge circular oval field, and you got these goalposts, right? So it's kind of like tackle football, but like the clock keeps going on. You keep tackling them and keep passing the ball forward, back, forward, and everything. But the point of the game is to kind of like hunt your football kind of ball. It looks like a football as well through these posts right here. These if you kick it through these posts, you get 6 points. And let's say like you kind of miss and it goes through like this side or this side, you get 1 point. So and then you keep going and it's about 42, 48 minutes of regulation time, and you get whoever has more points, of course, wins. So we went to this insane game. So I was supporting Richmond Tigers, which are the guys over here. You guys in the black. You can't really see it, but they were down by like 30 points, and they came back in the last quarter and won by 1 point, which was super cool. It's kind of like one of the best comebacks ever. So that was super super cool. And then you can also see cool things in Australia, like Darth Vader playing the guitar. Like literally, we walked out of the stadium. It's called the MCG, and we saw Darth Vader playing the guitar. It's so cool. Literally, like one of the best moments in the trip. Again, let's see. You can see my paint right here. This was after the Richmond game. I was wearing it so proudly. I'm so happy. So we can see some super cool cars. People are super rich. That's super fun. And then how can you go to Australia without saying hello to our friend, the kangaroos? This is a super cool photo. We actually caught them mid-jump. And these are not tame kangaroos. They're not in a zoo. You can just like find some trails and keep walking to them. Odds are you're going to find a kangaroo. So we saw 2 of them right here. Unfortunately, I did not square up with them. They did not want my smoke. All right. And then another cool thing about Australia, they're huge on sushi. Absolutely amazing. And there's sushi everywhere you go. It's not like a fine dine kind of thing like it is here. You get like think about a sushi roll, but it's not cut up. So you get like this burrito kind of sushi, like skinny burrito, and you can just eat that. But here we have a sushi train, which like the plates of sushi keep going around and around. And it's like cut up sushi here, of course. And it was super fun. We had like so much fun about like my sister wanted one, of course, like the train goes this way and that way. Shoot goes this way and that way. So I kept like she's like, oh, I want that one, I want that one. I kept taking them and eating them for myself. It was super funny. So after that, we also saw this badminton kind of tournament, which was super cool. This wasn't really a big thing. We just kind of found out about it, and that was kind of it. And that's it. That's kind of what we did in Australia. And you got me thinking, like, you went for 3 weeks. How come you did like such less stuff? Because this Australia trip was so much more on meeting our friends than actually doing things. Last time we went out to Australia, we did so much stuff. But this time it was more like meeting up with friends because it's been like 4 years since we met them and we're really good friends. So yeah, that's basically what we did in the Australia trip. Um, it was a lot of fun. I really loved it. We got to meet so many of our friends. We got to do a lot of cool stuff too. But that's gonna be it for this video, though. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share with your friends. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.